Okay, guys, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace and a tinybook.com. These are going to be a series of really short heuristics that I'm going to share with you that I'm using as we build out our platform in 2024. Tiny books, big ideas for inspirational authors and enlightened entrepreneurs with a need for speed. So, our focus here is tiny heuristics that make a big impact in our lives as creators. So, this one here, again, you have this as a download in the community, is the unpopular opinion heuristic. People in my niche suck at X, but if they only had Y like me, they'd have all the Z they need to succeed. And then essentially, all you're going to do is write down all the stuff people suck at in your orbit. This could be your clients, it could be your niche neighbors, it could be your professional peers, your quintessential client or community, or even people in your local area if you're selling something with a local flavor. It's really important, as always, to use this kind of lean-o-meter, embrace constraints and finite focus, right? Like, how tiny can you make something that actually delivers value to people? And then again, for me, these are the templates that I'm using and that we are using as a tiny community to create tons of tiny products, tiny books, and build a tiny business that makes a really big difference in our lives and in the world in the next year. So the productize process is quite simple. All this stuff you want to be able to turn into a tiny product. So you use these essential heuristics and questions to come up with tiny lessons with simple steps that demonstrate a clear path to success. And again, here at the end, there are two final steps, right? So no matter how many steps are in here, it doesn't have to be seven. I just create seven so it's easy to follow. But the small ask is micro commitments and tiny steps that you're asking your audience to follow, right? So do this one small thing, then do this one small thing, then try this one tiny thing. And they're tiny recommendations one at a time, right? You don't want to ask people to, do some heroic task at this stage, right? You're simply asking them to make little micro commitments that conform to the process that you're sharing over here. All right. And then the big ask, that is the moment where you're actually asking people or offering an end experience that folks who are interested in diving in more deeply with your experience, your expertise, your whatever it is that you offer in the world, whether it's courses, coaching, a mission, events, a cause, a community, a cohort, a anything. I mean, it can really literally be anything. And I call this the off the mat and into the world moment, which is sort of like a yoga kind of reference. Essentially, you don't want to just like have this experience that inspired you while you're sitting on your seat, on a computer or watching a course or, whatever it may be. You actually want to take this out into the world and, use this information to make a meaningful impact in your own life and hopefully in the lives of others around you. And again, you're talking to your audience here. So the CTA or call to action here might be something like in the big ask area is, connect with our community, embark on an adventure, sign into a seminar, converge on a cause, make it your mission, sign up for a service, etc. This again is simply the end experience that you are, kind of, pitching your reader, your audience, your subscriber to take action and join you in the real world. All right. So, this is a really simple heuristic, and it's something that's incredibly effective for me anyway. And the way that you sort of want to frame all this and the way that we are framing all these templates is, this is the approach that works best for me and for the tiny community of entrepreneurs that are in my orbit, that are part of our creation process. If any of these templates aren't the ideal one for you, skip it, pass it, move on to the next one. There are tons of them that we're creating that are, really ideal for authors, entrepreneurs, even agencies, artists, really anybody who wants to create tiny products that make a big difference in your life with super speed. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Again, if you're part of our community, you can download this in the community section. And if you have questions, as always, feel free to ask. Thanks. Talk to you soon.